Okay. I testified in the Heard versus Depp trial. The backlash has been horrific. Dr. David Spiegel in Newsweek. Here we go. I heard the news that Johnny Depp had won his defamation lawsuit against Amber Heard as the verdict was being read on June 1st. I was very disappointed, first and foremost for Miss Heard, who should have received much more of an outpouring of support than she did. Really? I have been a practicing psychiatrist for around 30 years and have previously provided medical malpractice expert witness testimony. You might be an expert on medical malpractice based on what you said on the stand, you fucking coward. But before the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard defamation trial, I have never provided witness testimony in any high-profile cases. I was asked to be an expert witness on this case in 2019, so I've actually been on the case for about 3 years and had been privy to every single detail of what's been happening for that period of time. If you want to know what's going on, I can already tell you. I can already tell you. I can tell you what's going on. David the grab ass Shane. Oh, we got to do it this way. David the grab ass Shane paid Dr. Spiegel to write an article about how, oh, he totally knows all of the secret stuff that definitely makes Amber Heard not guilty of defamation. He knows all this stuff, but they just weren't allowed to talk about it. Wasn't really allowed to come out, but he knows it. He's been there for years and you could never know. You'll never be able to know. It's not like he could say now, but you'll never know because it didn't come out in court. That's what's happening here. But when I signed on initially, I had the impression I had was that it would be a closed trial. There wouldn't be cameras and fans in court. Have you paid attention to the world, you dumb motherfucker? These are two public figures whose lives are public. What possible interest could there be in keeping it private? Paparazzi outside the courthouse was never a problem. That's something I can handle. But the situation obviously took a different turn once the trial became a national televised event. That said, I had a job to do and I did my job. My job was to lie for that fucking cold cunt, Amber Heard. Before the trial, I had one 50-minute Zoom meeting with Amber Heard. And I had lunch with her between sessions on May 23rd. She was very nice, very cordial, and very polite. I've been on the case for 3 years. Before the trial, I had one 50-minute Zoom session with Amber Heard. That's it. Your assessment of her was based on that? Okay. Thanks for telling us. I was very comfortable with the subject matter. I'm well versed on trauma. I've inflicted tons of it. And substance abuse because I've never met a substance I can't abuse. And I was well versed on the facts of the case, but cross-examination is something you're never fully going to be prepared for. Here he just says it. I got my anus hollowed out on cross by what's his fucking face? Dennis? Is it Dennis? Dennison? What Wayne Dennison. Wayne Dennison. He bent me over the wooden horse. He spread my cheeks. And he asked the question, you know what he asked? Do you want it lubricated or dry? And I said lubricated. I said lubricated, but he didn't care. And that's what happened. This motherfucker got bent over and plowed dry. Because you don't know exactly what they're going to do or say. Actually, if you have proper trial prep, you do. You know exactly what's going to happen. That's Amber Heard's attorney's failure for not prepping you as an expert for what they were going to do on cross. Because the questions on cross were obvious. You haven't written shit about this. You don't know anything about this subject, do you? In fact, everybody you see is in treatment. They're under a specific condition that's not Johnny Depp's, isn't it? And you talk about other things, not this thing. Oh, and also you look like a fucking mutant. It wasn't as if I was stunned that I was going to be cross-examined. I was a little uneasy about it being on national television. This is a narrative. What I couldn't prepare for was the reaction from the public. How could you not? How could you not? You're going to testify against a man with literal millions of fans. Literal millions. It's a math problem that you've got. Of course you could be prepared for it. It's a math problem. If 1%, think about this, guys. If 1% of Johnny Depp's fans on Instagram alone left this guy a negative review, it's 15,000 negative reviews. Which I don't know if you guys know how much that is, but I have more reviews than any attorney in my town by a fucking mile. And I have like 48. 15,000? 15,000 reviews? It's off the fucking charts. But that's just math. When I left the courthouse, I was told to leave when the witness after me was going, because the people in the gallery could not leave at that point. So when I left, they could not follow me to my car. Okay. I drove to my hotel, and around an hour later, about 4 p.m., my wife called me and said, listen, I don't want you to look at what's being said. I asked her how horrific it was, and she told me it was pretty bad. I'm not a social media expert, far from it. Oh, we can tell. So I didn't expect the whole horrific post-trial backflow. It's been a little stunning for me. The volume of it, from the personal attacks on who I am and what I present like, to what I look like and say, was obviously a little hurtful. I deal with people for a living, so I tried to understand where people were coming from. It's what a psychiatrist does. Buddy, you didn't need a psychiatrist. You needed a sociologist and maybe an anthropologist for your dead-ass career. But the comments below the YouTube videos of me have been vile. And some people have access to my work email, so I've gotten 4 or 5 charming editorials about myself. Bro, this is an average weekend for me. Get over it. Oh, he's gotten 4 to 5 emails? Oh, no. Four or 5? Again, imagine if 1% of Johnny Depp's followers sent him an email. 1%. And that's just social media followers. That's not actual Johnny Depp followers. Actual fans of Johnny Depp probably number in the 50 to 80 million in the US alone. Like, that's how crazy famous he is. But if just social media people, if just 1% of them sent him an email, 4 to 5, let's do the math calculation. We'll take, is it 5 divided by 15 million? 3 to the negative 7th, 3 times 10 to the negative 7th. So you got, so he's 5 digits down on the percentages. So let's see, 3/100,000ths, or is it millions? I'm too drunk to figure that out. It's either 3/100,000ths or 3/1,000,000ths of a percent. I don't know which one it is. Of a percent. I mean, it's fucking zero. It's none. Oh, he has 25 million followers on Instagram. It's mathematically insignificant. 4 or 5 charming editorials. You are lucky, bro. I get 4 to 5 a week. My WebMD page has now been closed to comments. You're lucky WebMD cares about you. But if you looked at the site beforehand, there were probably 7 or 8 reviews. And all of a sudden on Monday, May 23rd and Tuesday, May 24th, there were hundreds. So it's pretty obvious what has happened. I'm an adult. It's not the first time I've been criticized, but never like that. On that Monday and Tuesday, I had what I describe as an emotional concussion. This guy had, let's be charitable, 50 negative comments. The way he's talking, 50 actual negative comments. Plenty of people saying, I don't like this guy, I don't trust him, whatever. But actual negative comments, 50, 100. He's got PTSD? No wonder he thought Amber Heard was credible. What a fucking pussy this guy is. What a fucking pussy this guy is. Oh, my God. Hey, Dr. Spiegel.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
It wasn't physical. I didn't get hit on the head. Are you sure you didn't hit yourself trying to tamp your hair down? It was emotional because the feedback afterwards left me a little on the numb and dazed sides. I slept a lot on Monday and Tuesday. I was originally going to take a vacation to see my son in New York on May 25th and then come back to Virginia on May 31st. Instead, I started the vacation a day early. Fortunately, I have had a lot of support from my family, and even my patients have been emailing me. And the good news is that my residents and faculty members all support me. They texted me and had "We're with Dr. Spiegel" t-shirts made for me. That was comforting. Oh my God. Oh, we need the important one.
Beta.
What the fuck, man? During my career, I have dealt with people who are not guilty of murder by reason of insanity, and I've dealt with people who are psychotic and have threatened to kill me. It has never fazed me one iota, but this did. You start realizing that it really just takes one person who is not seeing things right. And here we go with that narrative. That's a David Shane line right there. This is a David Shane article. Make no mistake. Dr. Spiegel's a pussy, but this is David Shane's hands all over it. Remember, everybody who supports Johnny Depp is a monster, is a hateful racist, a bigot, an abuser, and an online troll or a bot. I don't think I was paranoid to the point that I was shutting the blinds. But my eldest daughter is still in my house in Virginia, and as ridiculous as it sounds, I have a pit bull. I love my dog. She's a great dog, but she's still a pit bull at heart. This is probably the first time I ever thought in my life, thank God I have a pit bull. Hey, try a bullpup. How about a gun, you fucking coward? Am I glad that my pit bull is there with my daughter? Yes, I am. I don't think my dog would harm anybody, but she should be intimidating. I would have liked Mr. Depp to get ahead of this and have said, listen, I understand you're upset, but there are ways to express how to be upset. This is what they always fucking do. They all of this is part of the playbook. I can't. And the worst part is there are men who listen to this. Don't. You, Johnny Depp, Vic Mignogna, anybody else accused of this, you are not responsible for what anybody else says online. And never let me get on the fucking screen. Never fucking ever, never capitulate and apologize for what someone else said. No, never. No. They will weaponize that. They will shove it down your throat. You will gag on it and die like a fucking 65-year-old Florida bitch. Do not ever apologize for what someone else says and does. It's not you. No, if I had a fucking newspaper, I would roll it up and beat these people with it. Johnny Depp, never apologize for what someone on the internet says unless you told them directly to say it. Vic apologized for what people said to Monica Rial, and it was used to fist him over and over and over again. When you apologize, you validate their complaint and you validate their victimhood. They are not victims, and you know they're not victims. They are liars. They are trying to destroy you. They have created the worst lie on earth about you, and you should treat them like the fucking garbage that they are. They deserve to be thrown out of society and to die alone. They are the worst people because they want to lie to destroy someone else without consequence. And this is the insidious part. Ayn Rand was right. They demand your complicity and agreement in your own destruction. Every fucking time they demand that you admit to your own wrongness and destroy yourself. And over and over and over and over again, these people are stuck in the oldest, wrongest bullshit thinking on the planet. And they go, oh my God, I can't believe that so-and-so went online to millions of people, lied about me, and then got a death threat. Well, I don't condone death threats. Oh my God, I better validate their victimhood. You didn't send the death threat. You didn't ask anybody to send a death threat. You do not apologize. One, it probably never happened. It wasn't a death threat. It was something where someone says, I hope you choke on a hot dog, you fucking cunt. And that is not ever a death threat. That is someone saying, I don't like you with colorful language. You are not responsible for that. If they said, I'm coming to your house to murder you tomorrow, guess what? You're not responsible for that either. Never capitulate. Never acknowledge their victim status because they're not victims, and you know they're not victims because you didn't actually do the thing. Ever. It's a lie, and it must be always addressed and treated like a lie, like the lie that it is. And if you crack for a moment on the treatment that this is a fucking lie, if you for 1 second say, oh, I'm so sorry that no, you're wrong, because they lied and they deserve what they get. Yes, you heard it here, and I will say it until infinity. If you lie to ruin someone, you deserve everything you get. Every single thing, because that person, this is the goal of the liar, that person is removed from society, either by society or by the person they literally would be happy if the person fucking ate a 9mm and died like Kurt Cobain at the hands of Courtney Love. They want you dead. They want you broke. They want you starving. They want you begging on the street, and they will never, no matter how much you kiss the boot, no matter how much you tongue fuck the ring or finger their ass, no matter what you do, they will never let you back. They will always revel in your groveling, and they will demand that you do more. And all the while, they will be opening their cunt flaps to piss on your dying carcass. They don't like you. They've never liked you. They lied. They want you fucking dead. Do not give them any ground ever. Ever. Not a millimeter. There are so many attorneys out there. There's so many PR firms, and all of them will say, oh, you need to apologize. You need to do this. You need to mitigate the damage that they're suffering at the hands of your fans. No, you don't. In fact, say nothing. Or say something. But never, ever acknowledge the victimhood of the liar. Because the liar is a sinner. What is the wage of sin? It is death.